Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Invisible Woman, part of the retro carded Fantastic Four wave. And this figure is basically the same figure we already got. Well, we did get the clear one, which is exactly the same figure, other than, obviously, it's clear. And I was going to do the joke again, but I thought, no, have some restraint. But yeah, we've seen a Marvel Legends Invisible Woman recently, besides the clear one, relatively recently, and it's more or less the same figure. This figure is... it exists. There's a couple things that are decent, I'll be honest. It's not all bad, and it's not all good. It's just completely blah. But we're going to talk about all of it so you guys know exactly what you're getting into if you decide to buy it. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 16.25 centimeters, which makes it pretty close to 6 1/4 inches. Right around there, maybe a little closer to 6 3/8. In fact, let's do a quick height comparison with her hubby. She's too tall. She's almost exactly the same height as him. Well, scaling was never Marvel Legends' strong suit, so that's whatever. So this figure has some things to talk about, but first we have to do a quick question of the day. Do you guys think this blue is too dark? I think it is. And I think the blue I would rather have is that blue. It's similar. It's very similar, but it's not the same. This is closer to navy. This is closer to like a cobalt something. These are really blue. I don't really want that, obviously, but this would be better. I like that. I like that more. It looks the same on the back. I was trying to see if it was different. It's not. So that's my question of the day. All right. So... boy, is she skinny. Look at those skinny legs. The skinny legs really ruin the look of this figure. Because the upper body's not particularly skinny. We still don't have that much of an hourglass shape. But that's mostly because, like you can see here in the hips do come out from the waist just fine. But they never give any ribcage meat. For the chesticles or the ribcage itself, it's just straight up from the waist. Almost completely straight up. And you can see they actually did sculpt a fair amount of boobage plastic there. There's some boobage going on, but it's just strictly forward. And so that helps with articulation, I guess, if you want to bring the arm forward, but it does make the figure look really strange. And you can say, and I always get comments like these, some people look like that. Yes, they do, but not superhero people. And I know because we have reference images right on the package. Look at that hourglass shape right there. Look at the difference compared to that. And again, I'm going to keep saying it, it's not about making the figures sexy or sexualizing character. It's just source material. Make it look like the source material. I don't want to collect a bunch of toys of regular people. There's no point. Some people might, but that's weird. Okay, so paint job on this thing. It's at the tops of the boots, tops of the arms. That's white plastic painted blue. It's too shiny. It's not quite the right blue, but it'll pass. The white paint for the belt is surprisingly good. Same thing for the neck and the chest. So just like Reed, those are pretty good. No problems with any of that. Now, on the other hand, boy, the hair doesn't have any shading in it. It is sculpted really well. So in fact, because of the harsh lighting, it looks like there's shading. I don't believe there actually is. But the face, goodness gracious. Maybe the sculpt is good. Hard to say because that paint is... I can't use the words I want to use. It's bad. It's really bad. Just for example, like I said, nobody wants to collect figures of real people. Can't we just make her pretty? Like, it's a female superhero. She should be pretty. Look at the difference there. What the hell? How? How does that happen? What is... it looks like she's trying to crunch out a dumper. I don't know what's going on there. Even the little tiny sketch all the way up here. Like, I say sketch because there's very little detail. Is better looking than the Marvel Legends, which is a full size. I mean, it's a lot bigger. So, what the hell? Okay, hold on. One more example. I can't not do this example. Let me get this package back on here. Look at this. Even the little line work sketch is like infinitely better looking than the Marvel Legends. Why are they making all the figures so ugly? The male figures look dumpy and frumpy and have goofy faces. The female figures don't have any physique at all. What's going on? These are figures of superheroes, and they don't look it. And to me, what's the point? I'm getting tired of saying the same thing over and over again, but seriously, what the heck? Look at those legs. That is like straight up anorexia. there's almost not even enough room for the bone. It's like, what the heck is going on here? But then they do things like her ass is technically sticking out and her chesticles stick out, but there's no width. Like the ass is, it's whatever. It makes a little bit of sense. But the legs don't match the ass because of the thigh gap and the skinny legs. And then there's just no rib cage, big chesticles to the front, and nothing. It's just so strange looking. They're so weird. And it's the same problems for the men. It's not just about boobs and butts. It's about all of it. The proportions and the physique on these things it's not appealing. It's just bad looking. That face ruins it. This figure's going to get a 6 out of 10. That's super generous because the rest of the body, though it's completely bland and plain, it's clean enough. Okay? Alright, so accessory-wise, we get the open hands on in the package. We get 2 fist hands, and we get another of the invisible effects. That's it. Nothing special, nothing crazy, same effects we've already gotten. You've got enough of these invisible effects now if you've been collecting the other ones to put one on each side, and that's kind of cool if you can wedge it onto her hand. So that's nice, but that's it. So 6 out of 10. How about a new effect part? Like, we're going to get 3 of the same figure, give or take, within the span of how long ago was the other one? Maybe a year? I could be wrong. It might have been no, it's probably about a year ago. Maybe a little more. Anyway, it's not like this mold is new either, by the way. Almost all of Marvel Legends are repaints, which is fine to an extent, but we need accessories or something. Come on, what are we paying for here? Alright, okay, so let's talk about the articulation. Does the hair impede it too much going back? It does. Going forward, it goes forward. That's okay. The rotation is fine. No issues there. I've been saying that a lot lately. I guess it's just the Marvel Legends are all so samey and all have the same problems. I've grown jaded to the issues of Marvel Legends. The shoulders go up about horizontal, so that's fine. Full rotation, that's fine. No bicep swivel, single jointed elbow still. About 90 degrees, that's where you get your bicep swivel, and that works well enough. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Diaphragm joint on this figure does lean forward and back. It's not the most range ever, but it's definitely fine. Could use another joint down here for sure, especially since it could be hidden by the belt. That would have been wonderful. Didn't happen. Also, I'm pretty sure this is a single joint, and with a double and a little bit more effort, you can get so much more range out of that. So that's a bit disappointing. For the legs going out to the side, considering she's so skinny, there's almost no range because they didn't engineer the hips properly. The pivot point is way too far in the wrong direction. Definitely not the right place to put that joint. So they don't go out at all. Going forward is okay. They kick out to the side, but they do go high enough. They go a little bit farther out to the side if you bring them up, by the way, but then she's like in a seated position, so not great. They don't go back too far. The thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee is fine. And then for the feet, they go all the way back and pretty far forward, and you get a decent ankle rocker. So it's another run-of-the-mill Marvel Legends female on the old body style, which has acceptable, though unimpressive articulation. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. There's nothing great here, and the hips don't work that well, so blah. Alright, final verdict on this release. It's about as basic as it could get. There's really nothing to be happy about here. There's nothing to be angry about other than that face, and it's pretty rough. So if you wanted the full team, then I guess you're going to have to get it. In that case, it's kind of disappointing. And if you don't care about getting this particular set of the Fantastic Four, then you can easily dodge this one. Or just grab the clear one that was the HasLab, or Hasbro Pulse, not HasLab. This one, that face is killing it. So I'm going to say 6 out of 10. It's really rough looking in the face, and the body's not particularly good. The only saving grace is that the paint that is on there is relatively clean. And that's about it. It's so nothing. There's just nothing here to warrant buying it, really. What a shame. Alright guys, there it is. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. We have new videos almost every single day. And it's over 4,000 videos now on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.